Welcome to the Monday Minute. Hello, my name is Ken Freeman, and here's what I have for you today. The basics of grant writing. You know, every nonprofit needs money. The problem is this. In this economic downturn, regular donation dollars are dwindling. Businesses are cutting back, and the prospect of this election means the promise of higher taxes. It would be good if every nonprofit could write grants and easily retrieve enough money to buy or build a building, to remodel, to buy computers, train staff, or develop a new training program. As the story goes, nonprofit centers, especially pregnancy help centers, are facing even greater threats. The attacks against these centers in the press and liberal media cause many of our centers to receive less donations than ever. But there is a greater problem. Many center directors do not have the formal training or awareness of how to write grant requests. So let's take a look at some of the basic how-tos that you, the center director, need to know. First, I think it would be good if you would get to know your opposition. Understand the funding sources of groups like Planned Parenthood by clicking the link that I provide for you here to dianadu.com, ppfundg.htm. And then look at the conservative funding list of companies and foundations available at the mediatransparency.org funders PHP. Once you have determined who you wish to approach, in other words, determining your target, you now need to prepare a grant request. Now, here's how to prepare that grant request. You're going to need a summary. The summary actually comes first and helps the grantor understand at a glance what it is you're seeking. Then you will need to provide organizational information in a few paragraphs to explain what your organization does and why that funder can trust you to use the requested funds responsibly and effectively. You need to provide a problem, need, situation description. This is the meat of your proposal, where you must convince the funder that what you propose to do is important and that your organization is the right one to do it. You need to provide a work plan and specific activities. In other words, what does your organization plan to do about the problem? You need to provide an outcome and impact activity. Tell the funder how you expect the project to affect the target population and how the situation change as a result. You need to describe any other funding. Have you received funds from other sources? Have you asked other sources? Most funders don't want to be the sole source of support for a project. And oh, by the way, be sure to mention any in-kind contributions that you're expecting, such as meeting space or equipment. You need to provide a statement about your future funding. In other words, is this a pilot project with a limited timeline, or will it go on into the future? And then you need to provide an evaluation. Funders want to know that their dollars are going to do some good, and so you have to provide that evaluation overview. Plus, you need to prepare a budget. How much will your project cost? So you need to attach a budget, and you need to provide additional materials. Funders are likely going to want to know things like your IRS proof of exemption, the list of your board of directors, your financial statements, and your budget. And what will all of this mean to you, the crisis center, the nonprofit office? If you will do your homework, prepare your grant request properly, and communicate with your prospective grant provider, I believe you will be able to find new funding available for your outreach. Certainly, talk with your peers who have had successful grants. Learn from their sources and funders. You know, each funder may have a different protocol, and they may have their own methodology that they expect you to use. You won't know unless you get out there and start beating the bush and learning about grant writing. But the only way to get a grant is to make a bona fide grant request. Remember this: you have not because you ask not. Now here's what I want you to do. Download today's expansive 8-page report. It outlines many grant steps, links, resources, and tools that may be helpful in developing your grant request. Take a moment to feedback using our poll, and above all, tell other directors about the Monday Minute. Together we are strong. Divided we fall. Now keep up the good work that you're doing. You are making a difference, and the other side just can't stand it.